Okay, so I just want to share with you what we have done so far, and I compile a list about all the resources that, let me move these things here. Just tell you where we are and what you should be follow up on the course. So, so of course, for homework assignment number 1, that's actually covering in the homework assignment number 1 document. But I realized when I handle some of the question that, yes, you finish homework assignment number 1, but there is some kind of element that's included homework assignment number 1, you probably didn't get a chance to grab those. I mean, the first homework assignment, the document actually includes some links to the like a tutorial to Unix command, some of the makefile, GDB, and GCC compiler, and this is actually really important for you because the subsequent courses, when you go to upper division, if you're a computer science or computer engineering major, that those two are essentially very essential. Okay, and I kind of for homework assignment number 1, I do not have a really pre-recorded lecture. I have a few discussion lecture. And this links, I actually, for example, the first link I point out exactly the time step when you should look at these things, okay? And of course, I include some of the resources from spring 2020. I mean, of course, the link that we provide this quarter is probably more relevant than the previous one, but sometimes I realize that is also important to maybe to help you. Okay, so homework 2, we actually, you already finished, at least most of you. The homework 2 important things, we start to look at our textbook. So if you haven't done that, the textbook is very, very critical for you to actually get a good supplement from the lecture. I would say that not everything in, I think I cover everything in chapter 11, which is the first link. And then I cover, I believe, is the most essential parts of chapter 12, which is operator overloading. And so you can match this 2 chapter of book with this 4 lecture number 1, 2, 3, 4, pre-recorded lecture. And for homework assignment number 2, I also have discussed this quarter. I actually separate into 2 different sections. That this section is 3 video links that we actually talk about in time like this or office hour regarding homework assignment number 2, both part 1 and part 2. Okay, and then also some of the resources, if you want to find something useful, there might be more discussion toward that. Okay, what you're really working on right now is homework assignment number 3. Well, actually, you should finish because it's due tonight. And homework 3, of course, the document. And then we're really covering both chapter 13 and 14. Now, this is another 2 chapter of textbook. So essentially, the design of the homework is try to capture the most essential concept from those textbook, and then we try to develop that. And also, this cover 3 lecture, pre-recorded lecture supplement to what the text. For example, the textbook doesn't talk about the way virtual function or polymorphism is used in the context of RPC or in the context of shadow object. So we discussed that in the lecture, but the textbook talk about the basic concept of inheritance. I cover pretty much everything about single inheritance. I didn't cover too much about multiple inheritance and virtual inheritance. I covered the most simple cases. Also, homework assignment number 4, you're going to see the difference between virtual and multiple inheritance, which I kind of use that example as, hey, be cautious when you use those concepts because there is a different implication depending on which type of insurance you're using. Okay, so there are three pre-recorded lecture number 5, 6, and 7 related to homework 3. And also I provide a bunch of links. I actually only include, this is the latest one. There is a few others, but the homework 3 part 2 just have so many video links here and there. Okay. All right, just to let you know that I actually dig it out. There is a lecture that's in spring 2020 when students work on homework assignment number 3. I realized there are a few mostly common asked questions. And some of the question is really related to the makefile. I mean, whether you have used the makefile properly to build that. Okay, so that's something which you need to watch out. Okay, so most of you are probably now working on homework 4. Just to let you know, in terms of textbook, homework 4 is a little bit complicated. I mean, because we're touching things like a memory, we're still using some of the concept from inheritance, of course. So there are chapters related to the pointer and the reference. In the previous lecture, I asked whether you heard about the concept of call by value, the difference between call by value and call by reference. And essentially in chapter, this is chapter 6 of the textbook, that's actually cover that concept there. And also the chapter 8 is a function, which is also that covers some of the concept we're covering right now. And also important that for this homework assignment, going to homework assignment number 4, part 3, we start to use a very simple concept of a template called vector. Okay, I mean, we're not going to use the whole template, but we're going to start to look at we will have a separate lecture to talk about template. But here we start to look at a little bit about use some of the template, such as a vector. And because it's related to the array, so I also included array and the loop. And the pre-recorded lecture for homework assignment number 4 is related to the 3 lecture. Okay, lecture 8, 9, and 10. And also, we already talked about this 2 lecture to talk about specifically. This is about homework assignment number 3, part 4, which is talk about the dump-J, the concept of how do you handle the JSON programming. And the thing is that for part 2, I rely you to look at, sorry, this is homework assignment number 4, part 2. And this is homework assignment number 4, part 3. Okay, so for homework assignment number 4, part 2, you can start it to look at those lectures that's related to, I spent a lot of time last quarter to actually hammer out the issue that's involved in homework assignment number 4, part 2. But the important thing is for you to understand the lecture in the multiple inheritance. By the way, I should say that this is related to lecture number 7 as well, because it's multiple inheritance and virtual inheritance. So you need to look at the previous material and then try to really understand why we're asking you in the first place to work on this particular part of homework. In fact, please feel free to ask me if you are not clear, not just about the homework, but also why you're working on this homework. I mean, every single pieces of homework, there is a purpose that fit into the whole curriculum plan about what you should learn or you need to learn for ecs36b. And it will be, sometimes it will help you to learn better if you kind of understand why we're learning that. If you're unclear about that, that's an excellent question for you to ask me. Okay, and of course, homework 5 will be released pretty soon, and homework 5 will be somewhat different. I would say at least 50% different from the homework assignment number 5 in the spring. I hope that the second time when I redesign homework assignment number 5, it will be as challenged, but maybe is for you that you have a clearer plan about how you can, tackle this issue. Okay, so just let you know that this is where we are right now. And of course, you guys should really get in touch with each other regarding who you want to work together as the final project. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to stop here. By the way, are there any questions about what we are doing so far before I turn off the recording, then move to question and answer? Okay, so I'm going to stop doing this.